couple of different things. Like, first of all, the medium. I mean, when you have a movie and
Yeah,
you're able to put a soundtrack behind it, it just makes it so much more powerful. I mean, when the music, Sam is drowning in the movies and the music swells as Frodo's hand plunges into
grab
the
the
water and
hand.
they clasp. Like, sometimes I just listen to the soundtrack when I'm trying to get, work done, or just it's a slow day and I'm really needing an emotional moment. And I might not even be paying much attention, but I will hear that kind of swell in the music and immediately know, oh my God, Frodo's just saved Sam from the water. It's
Yeah, you
beautiful.
can trace the film. Like yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
putting on the soundtrack, you know the moments and you like the lines will play in your head because The Lord of the Rings is so interesting where it's one of those things where even fans that wouldn't consider themselves like very much into the fandom, it's still something people don't just watch once. Like
True.
also it's like the extended editions, maybe it's just a bubble I exist in, but they seem to be just the de facto anyways. Like even people that it's like their first viewing of The Lord of the Rings, they didn't grow up with it. They're still always encouraged by someone to watch the extended edition and not the theatrical. And so many people have like yearly watches and they have no interest in reading the books. They never want to read the books or
Yeah.
they don't have the time. But it's so interesting. I don't know because like Harry Potter would probably be the modern equivalent, but even that, like it doesn't seem like it has the repetitive, I don't know, like, annual
Well, don't
ritual.
piss off the Harry Potter fandom, because as a huge Harry Potter fan, we rewatch all the time. It is the Christmas epic. But I totally hear what
The
you're
Christmas
saying. It
one.
has the rewatch ability, Lord of the Rings does, in terms of it being this absolute epic journey. And it also feels, and again, I don't want to piss off Harry Potter fans. I love Harry Potter desperately. We'll get into that eventually. But if you start Fellowship of the Rings, you are finishing that trilogy. You're not
Yeah.
going to stop there. Whereas sometimes I might just put on, one of my favorite Harry Potter movies, Prisoner of Azkaban, and kind of leave it at that. But with Lord of the Rings, if you start the journey, you have to finish it. And it's interesting because, like you said, we both might live in our nerdy little bubble where we're like, no, 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 extended edition is the only way to go. You start it, you can't stop it. It would be interesting to know if people who just have a like preliminary experience where they don't necessarily get as deep into the content as we might, it'd be interesting to know if they feel like once you start it you have to finish, or extended version or nothing. But the extended versions obviously bring in so much more of the story that if you really get sucked into the fandom and you're wanting to know more, then you, even if you started with the theatrical version, you will eventually go back and watch extended for sure. And I haven't seen theatrical in, I mean, I guess since they were in theaters, because why
Yeah.
even bother? Like, I see them on Amazon Prime or on these streaming services. And even though I'm tempted to just put it on, I'm like, I actually can't. I have to watch it extended. And so
No,
usually I
they
have to
you
wait till
can't
we're
go back.
home.
Like no, like you have not seen them since like the mid 2000s. But no, I wouldn't want to watch it, especially in the later ones. Like Fellowship is great. I love all the added scenes. I mean, now at this point, it's actually hard to
Yeah.
differentiate between the two versions. But I feel like it becomes more and more important as the movies go on. Like you don't see Saruman. That seems like the biggest one. Like there's a lot of little character moments that I love, but there are like some plot elements. But anyways, I guess we should focus on Fellowship.